one of the other reasons, besides you being a dope musician, that I wanted to bring you on the show is just to talk about like how engaged you are with Richmond itself, like the Richmond music scene. You're involved in a lot of different things, but the thing I probably know you the most from was being tied to Gallery5 and like working with them. Can you talk about what you're doing in Richmond?
Yeah, sure. In 2005, Gallery5 opened via Amanda Robinson, who her father owned the building. Oh, nice. And so she was like, we're going to turn it into an art space. And then a lot of folks earlier on, like there's a guy named Parker who helped a ton, who's still around, he still does great work. There's been a bunch of people that have done it. I initially came in to play music there. I was asked to play a Halloween show early on, I think in 2005, might be 2006, I can't remember. But they didn't have a PA system, and so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to make the Gallery5 PA system, and that became like my task, And it takes a while because there was no money, and we were young, and we were just kind of playing around with it. But eventually, we were able to cobble together like a PA system and start having shows. And I remember renting stages and bringing stages in because there wasn't a stage there. And so, we just started treating it more like a thing instead of just like a DIY art space, like more of a business, which needed it to be founded as a business of some kind. So we did it as a 501c3 nonprofit. And I became the founding board chair. And board chair is the position I've had this whole time, basically. I've taken 2 years off in the middle to go tour with Gold Rush, actually, and do Gold Rush things. And then when the building was being sold, the board at the time, which was another collection of wonderful Richmonders, they reached out and said, hey, this is going to be a big change, and we'd love for you to be on the board while that transition is happening. And I said, okay, cool. And so I board chaired myself or whatever. They asked me to do it, and we got through the building sale. The new landlord was great. We worked out a good lease. There's a lot of work that went into keeping it there, Price went up tremendously. We had to figure out how that was going to work. And then the pandemic hit, and then I was like, well, I'm not going to leave now. Like, this isn't the time to vacate. I'll get through the pandemic, and then my 8 years, my second 8 years, will come to an end, and the bylaws for that do stay that you're done after that for a while. You can always come back and do it, but so yeah, I put in my formal. I was like, all right, cool. April 2023 is when I'm going to be out, and I'll do everything I can to get it to. I will get it to where I feel like it can get us to April 2023, because when the pandemic hit, I was like, we might close Gallery5. There was like a real conversation happening of like, are we going to, what do we do? We can't be open, and we have we just signed a new lease.
Right.
And then we worked out a lot of different things to make it happen. It was a very, it's a very tiring 3 years of work. And, that's volunteer work on top of all the other stuff. And so I'm glad that there is a Gallery5, and I'm grateful for all the time that has been put in there. And I am honored that they put up with me for as long as they did, and I'm sure they'll have the best time in the future. I mean, the place is doing really well. It's got a lot of wonderful, offerings to give the community. And April 2023 of this year will be I'll be out officially. I'm going to play the first Friday for our 18th birthday party, like first Friday. And you know what they say, once you turn 18, you're out the door. So the gallery turns 18. I'll be playing with Prabir Trio. It's going to be Sweet Potatoes, us, and No BS.
Nice.
And that's going to be the 18th birthday party, first Friday, April 6th, I think, something like that.
Sounds about right.
And then I turn in my keys after that, and they will continue on without me.
Wow.
Yeah.